What's up, everyone? I thought I would do a video on my kukris that I have, and I have four of them here. I just did a video on this one and the modifications I did to it, and I've done a couple on this one and this one, and I thought I'd kind of address why um why a kukri. Uh, this is one of the first ones I got. This is a Condor Ktac Kukri, and Alan Kay. This was made by, I believe this was made by Joe Flowers of Condor as like a tribute to Alan Kay, he was the I think he was the winner of some reality show called Alone, I believe. I never watched it. I've seen Alan Kay's content, some of it on YouTube, and the man is full of outdoor wisdom and tactical knowledge and different things. So I would recommend checking him out. As far as, and that, like, also, like, that's where I got how to modify this one, was from Alan Kay. I watched one of his videos on how to do it and to use hockey tape, and because I was thinking of doing it a couple different ways, and I experimented a few times, and can't. This way seems to be a pretty solid way to do it. But anyway, back on track here. This here is the Condor Heavy Duty Kukri. This one is pretty much the same as this one, except the bottom. Let me make sure I'm getting this in frame. The bottom, the pommel of these are different. This one just has the wood and the tang showing through. This actually has a striking face, a striking surface. So you got your tang that goes up, and then there's a whole nother 1/4 inch piece of steel that goes around this that you can use as a hammer to pound in tent stakes and stuff. And this one doesn't have that. And I thought that was a pretty cool addition to them to have an all-around tool. Although I really don't. I do whenever I take that knife out. Like, I have used that, the hammer pommel, to drive in tent stakes, which it works, but you can do the same thing with a rock. So, well, we'll do this one real quick. This is the one I just modified. I put the tape around the handle, spray paint, and did that. And these are all 10-inch blade kukris. Those three are, or 1, 2, and this is the third. And yeah, I stuck with the 10-inch just because it's kind of a more comfortable length. They come in multiple lengths. You can buy them 12, 15-inch. This one, I think, this small one, now this is a, I'll have to get the camera down to look at this one. This is an actual one from Nepal. So is this one. That's kind of what differentiates these two from these two. These are made by Condor. Condor Knife and Tool. There you have it. They make these in El Salvador. So that's where those come from. These two are made in Nepal. Now, the difference between, well, there's several differences between these two, but this was an ornamental one. I found it at a antique shop, and see if I can get the engravings there. Like, and then it has the little extended brass thing there, This is a horn, buffalo horn, I believe, like water buffalo horn. And it has that distinct ring there, like this one has the ring around. And somebody had used this because you can see the chips in the blade there. Somebody has beat on it a little bit. But yeah, I found it at an antique store and I thought it was pretty sweet. Pretty good find. It was in pretty good shape. The butt end, they didn't, or the pommel, like they didn't do a lot of work there. I don't know if somebody broke something and then fixed it, like cut a piece of brass and just put it on there. Like I'm not sure exactly what they did. And here's the sheath. It's also made of horn, and it's yeah, there it says Nepal. It has a little characters and a bird, a fish, a flower. I think it's a lotus. And then there's some damage to the bottom there. That's what that looks like. I thought that was pretty nice. I don't use it. It's just sits in my cabinet. But I thought it was nice for tradition's sake to have an actual Nepalese kukri. And that one's, I think it's kind of old. I don't know. But this one is also an actual Nepalese kukri. And I thought, well, what makes them not necessarily, well, I guess it makes them kind of unique, is that notch here by my finger. And there's all kinds of rumors as to what that's for. And I'm not sure. Because honestly, there's really a lack of research in these knives all the way around. But that one and this one, the two traditional ones that I have, both have the notch, and that's called a cho, a CHO, cho. And I think I don't know personally. It looks like a cow hoof print, and the Nepal in India in India, they worship cows as gods, I believe, or no, I think they believe it's their ancestors' spirits or something. I don't know. I'm not religious. I don't know a lot about that type of shit. But perhaps that's something to do with it. And then if you were, they do use these for animal sacrifice. So if you were using it for an animal sacrifice, there would be blood coming down the blade, and it would eventually get on your fingers and make the handle slick, and it would come out of your hands. So the blood would start dripping down there instead of coming back down onto your fingers. So maybe that's the function of it. I don't know. And it's like up for debate amongst people that talk about that type of shit. So I don't know. But I thought I would just share with you guys my kukris and why I like them. It's kind of like a revisited love of mine. I had one when I was about 10. I bought one and I really liked it. I just liked the shape of it. I thought it was unique. And then later in life, I found out like the Gurkha soldiers that carry them and different traditions that go with the knife itself, and I found that really interesting. So it's kind of like something I get kind of nerdy about, different knives and stuff and the cultures behind them. And I thought I'd just briefly show you guys my collection. So until next time, guys, get out and look at the trees. Peace out.